South Africans will be getting their first taste of live Formula E action next year after the FIA confirmed that Cape Town has been chosen as one of the races for next season. Now, the championship finds itself in New York this weekend. However, joining us from the USA is BMW's Jake Dennis. Jake, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the show. I think let's start things off like this with you in 5th place in the race. Last time out in Mexico, leaving you in 8th in the championship overall. How are you finding the season after a tough start?
Yeah, obviously we had a really tough start to the year. Obviously being a rookie, we obviously had a few things going against us, but we've managed to turn things around. We've had a really good last few races. The performances have been good, and we had 2 top 5 finishes in the last 2 races. We obviously had a win in Valencia. So yeah, we're now sitting 8th in the championship and only 6 points behind 3rd. So yeah, we've had a strong middle part of the season, and now we're on the final stretch. And yeah, what better place to be right now? First time in New York for me, and yeah, I'm super excited.
I mean, we've just heard this announcement with Formula E coming to Cape Town from next season. Have you seen the track before? Have you ever been in South Africa?
Yeah, so I've never seen the circuit before. I don't think they've even showed the circuit online yet either, but I have been to Cape Town back in 2019. Went on holiday for 1 week, and then I went to Johannesburg for a race in Kyalami. So it was an awesome holiday, an incredible race, and yeah, it was one of my favorite places I've ever been to. So when I saw the calendar yesterday, I was yeah, super excited to obviously potentially be coming back.
Nice. I mean, Cape Town is, of course, a street circuit. How do you find racing on the streets instead of a traditional circuit?
It's a completely different challenge, you know. We're pushing these cars to the absolute limit, and obviously one small mistake, you get really punished by obviously hitting the wall and causing damage. So it's always that fine line of overstepping the mark, but potentially gaining an advantage on your competitors, and then either qualifying on pole or winning the race. So it's just who dares take the most risk of putting it at the front, or you can play it safe and see where you end up after that. But generally the level is so high now, you have to take quite a lot of risk to be at the front.
I mean, well, we know that you're also a development driver for Red Bull in Formula One. How's that going for you?
To be honest, it's been a while since I've done some work with Red Bull, just purely because of the pandemic. So this year has been quite limited. Last year was heavily developing the F1 car, and this was a great experience for myself and obviously for the team. But yeah, this year I basically lived in Germany the whole of this year, just because it's been impossible for me to go back to the UK without having to quarantine or miss races. So yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back to a bit more normality in the near future, and yeah, obviously getting back to Red Bull and being back in the UK for a bit.
Then for you, how do you handle jumping from one type of car to another all the time? Aren't they very different?
Yeah, like I think Formula E is different to every single race car I've driven. Like normally you put some fuel in it and just drive as flat out as fast as you can in the race and try and do the best job. Whereas this in Formula E, it's so technical with all the energy saving we have to do. And this is something which obviously you learn more and more as you go on. But as a rookie, it's something which I've adapted to quite well. And but yeah, just the whole style of racing is completely different, because if we drive 100% all the time in this category, you'll run out of energy and then you won't finish the race. So it's part of the challenge of who can get from A to B the quickest while still putting on a good race.
I mean, talking about races, we know that there are 6 races left this season. If we include New York, where you're at right now, what are the team's goals for the weekend and the rest of the season?
Well, we really want to try and close in on the Constructors' Championship. We're currently sitting 7th, but it's incredibly close, very much like the Drivers' Championship. So if we have a strong result here, they were good here back in 2019. They had 2 pole positions and finished 2nd in the race. So we're hoping we can hit the ground running. Obviously for me, being a rookie, I don't know the circuit, so it's going to be a bit challenging. to try and get up to speed quickly. But yeah, we're definitely pushing for 2 strong results and to try and close in on the championship.
Well, Jake, thank you very much for your time. It is Jake Dennis from the USA, who really drives for BMW, just chatting about Formula E, and we know that that action will be happening in Cape Town from next year.